Welcome. Now, I will be going live tonight, but this is beats and backtesting. I'm just going to pop on some beats right now. All right, just go into my history, then I can share my screen with you. Just wondering if you guys can hear. Getting pumped. Oh, double ad. All right. Well, okay. So I'm going to share the screen. All right. So I've got my backtesting piece of paper right here. Now, what I'm actually looking for inside of this is, I wonder if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Really? What happened there? Why do you keep that? Is this connected to the same? Is this connected to the same? So, if I just plug. Just testing. Okay. So you guys can't actually hear that. So how do I go like this? Just hide that for a second. Share, stop sharing, share what? I muted, no. So how do we add music into it? So you guys can't actually hear that. So how do I go like this? Just hide that for a second. Share, stop sharing, share what? I muted, no. So how do we add music into it? That's so weird. Okay. We'll turn that down. All right, that's just. If I go like this now, let's go. All right, good way to start the stream. It's all trial and error though. I've got on my board, today's struggles become tomorrow's success story. Okay. Let's try that again. All right, we're back. We've got it. We're on. Perfect. All right. Beats and backtesting. So I'm literally just going to backtest this on a stream, specifically so I can see either what I'm doing wrong or what I should be doing. Let's go. All right, so we're on the daily right now. Firstly, draw in our trend channel. Okay, so we don't know what price is doing yet. Let's go down to 3 times. Okay, hit this. Boom, perfect. Into the 4 hour. All right, so what we actually saw here is a bit of a double bottom on the trend line. We see it has come and retested this neckline. See that? That's the neckline. It has tried to come up, but failed. So, invalid W, or invalid double bottom. We can now see that it is now coming past here. Looks like it's sweeping out liquidity here and here, as well as there. Now we've just swept this low. We've just swept that. If we push below this, we're going to see a little bit more downside. What I am starting to see though right now is okay. Bit of a channel there. All right, so we broke this. Like I said, once it's going to break here, we're going to see a lot more downside. The RSI is below neutral. So now all I'm looking for right now to get in this trade for a 2-to-1 is simply a fair value gap right here. Okay, awesome. We've seen a fair value gap. We've got that big push down. Now, looks like we did tap it again. All right, London session high has bounced straight through it. It is literally pushed straight through it. So there's our 6 o'clock open. We've gone up. We're inside the fair value gap. This is our fair value gap right here. Now we're still in this channel, so realistically this could be liquidity. Look, it has swept this liquidity. So we could see this whole thing just grab orders and potentially run the next high. But we want confirmation first. We want confirmation. So if this comes out of here, we're going to go short for a 2-to-1. If this comes up and above this trend line, we're going to be looking for longs. Okay? We have to wait for a close. All right, close. Right here, we're looking for a 2-to-1. 2-to-1 from the fair value gap. There's a 2-to-1. Okay. Where's our, so we're going to sell in a sell position. Let's come up, tapped, and we're out. That's a loss. So, what happened there? Okay. I see what happened. We were following this trend line. Shouldn't have followed that trend line. So, how do I document that one? So, how many confluences did it have? All right. So, to break this down, we had a fair value gap tap in, but okay, so another one of my confluences is if it goes over this 50% line, closes, which it did, closed over this 50% line here, it's invalid. So what literally happened was this big candle here took out both liquidity here, 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 and here. We hit the bottom of this, in for an uptrend. So we're going to say that was a really bad trade. So we took a sell. That was a loss. The emotion was very neutral. Strategy was fair value gap, but it never hit. So how many confluences did I have? Honestly, we had 1, which was the trend, 2, the fair value gap, but it was invalid. 3, we had the liquidity. It was a 3 out of a 6 confluences. So shit trade. Next. So what we're going to do is just delete that. Now this is invalid, so we're going to delete that as well. Now what we can see here is that we've swept this. Now we're coming up after we've swept the low, done a bit of consolidation, coming up. Now what I see here as well is another fair value gap. Okay, and a double bottom. All right, so I don't know if you can see that, but we have a perfect double bottom here. It's come up. It has come and hit that neckline perfectly. And it's even tapped into this fair value gap again for this line. So that's our target. We're looking to target right there. Or even just right there. Okay, so this is price in for a long. All right, so we tapped in. We've got that big red marker down, but we're buying in, letting it play out. All right. Shit trade again. Well, let's see. So we had the confluence, okay? So we were at the bottom of this trend channel right here. The RSI was neutral before it went down, so I thought that it was going up, but I guess as we can see, it has been coming down this whole It's still in a downtrend. So technically, yeah, shit trade. But how many confluences did I have? So liquidity, 1, 2, 3, liquidity pull, descending channel. And we were down on the RSI right here. Well, we look like, yeah, we hit this bottom. We kind of saw a double top. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then 4 tapped into the fair value gap. 5, our RSI was neutral, but it wasn't overbought. So I think this was a 5 out of 6. 5 out of a 6. This was a buy. It was a loss. I was neutral in this as well. And double bottom, liquidity, fair value gap, trend. So that was the strategy. Didn't work. Okay. Letting price play. London happened again. So can we see anything right here, right now? We can see just a fair value gap. Just a little one. Now what we're looking for is a tap into it and down. Okay, so we, on the open, just looking for a 2 to 1. We're going to sell. Once again, we're going to wipe out liquidity. Heading down. Boom. Perfect. It hit. Fucking forget about that. It hit. Perfect. So I would say that's a 6 out of a 6. So what makes that trade a 6 out of a 6 is the fact that liquidity, 1, trend channel, 2, price is still going down, 3, that is trend. Did I say that? Can't remember. But we've wiped out all liquidity now. So we've wiped out all liquidity. If we zoom in here, we zoom in up on our RSI, you can see that we are still going down as well. So we are incongruent with it. So, boom. And we looked for that fair value gap tap. Was it a 2 to 1? Yeah. 6 out of 6, 5 out of 6. I don't know. Here we go. This is why we're learning. Why does my camera look so ass? All right, so that was a sell. That was a win. I was neutral. Things I did wrong. This strategy was simply a fair value gap tap with the RSI and liquidity. All right, and that was New York session. So what we're going to do is turn on New York session as well. So New York session. Okay, cool. So just to get rid of all of this again. So we did do that tap. Now looking at the RSI right now, what I can see is that we could still have a bit of upside. Now upside as in we could probably come back up and tap this fair value gap again before a more of a push down. I think what we can start to see now is a bigger trend channel happening, and if we extend this all the way right and we delete this one but we clone this one, Then we take that. So we are then projecting. All right, so this here is where the golden ratio is. Now, I don't see any more pushes lower, to be honest, so I think we're hitting a bit of a support here. Yeah, I think we're hitting a bit of support there, but we've got that trend line in place as well. What we'll do is play on. Boom. All right, so this is obviously support. It has come back down and retested. So I could have actually anticipated that as well. So we've also hit this blue line. So just support to a little bit of resistance here. Now, I think this is a bit of a pullback. We're going to just accumulate stuff. This is now invalid. What the fuck just happened? There we go. So we're going to let this play out. Boom. We've popped out of this channel. So that's what I said. All right. So now that we've broken through this, I'm thinking to see another retest on here. Retest on here will actually give me confirmation to go towards the next blue line. Now this here is an order block. This will be our order block. All right, so next bar, down, tap that order block. So it is filled and it is tapped it. Now we are going to wait for next bar market. Okay, next bar market. We're going to wait for a green one, just in case. We want to see it simply come out of this channel. All right, so even though we've created a big imbalance here, so fair value gap to fair value here, this. So if it does, we could potentially be looking for a 2-to-1 in here. So next bar, next bar, next bar, next bar. London tapped. Okay, so let's just say, for example, we're in this trade. So it tapped us here. We're going to sell. Next bar, next bar. Oh, we're in and we're out. We're going to get out there purely because we're inside that. So what were the confluences, Dylan? What were the confluences? The confluences were that we were going to tap this because we were so high that we were probably going to come down. Probably. Okay, so the confluences there were Scheitenhauser. That was a shit trade, I would say. So the confluence was, one, you were trading the trend. Were you though? No. Okay, so fair value gap, that's one. The bounce, you said you were going to wait for the retest so it would hit the next blue line. What did you do? Went against what you said. Okay, so even though it created a fair value gap, you still took the trade. Idiot. So we're going to put 1 out of 6. It was a sell, loss, neutral, emotion, and it was just a fair value gap tap. Okay. So, next one. Okay. Fuck off. Okay. Okay, so what's happening here? What's happening here? What did I say? magneting to the blue one. So technically, all right, what we've got to do now is understand that we are no longer following this channel. Delete, delete. All right, this here is still acting as support. We can now see a bit of this. Okay. We're very high on the RSI. Okay, bounce off this trend line. Now this is going to be a risky. Would I do it? No, RSI is low. I did want to put a trade here. This is, for some reason, what is happening inside my head. We're not taking this trade. Not taking this trade at all. Why did I think and know that that was going to do that? See, okay, so why? Here, let's depict this. Let's decode this. There's no fair value gap. There was just a simple, I am going to hit the bottom of resistance here and then fucking shoot to the next hit the support of this trend line and then hit the resistance of this, like that. Okay, like that's okay. Okay, so now we're oversold. Right here, we are oversold, overbought. Okay, so we've still got this channel down here, but since we are moving in an upwards trend, we're going to delete this, delete liquidity, delete that one too, and we are going to delete this one here too. So sticking between here now, so what I'm starting to notice is we're very oversold. Overbought. All right, but what we've also done right here, right now, is created a fair value gap. Right here to right here. So, yep, that there is our fair value gap. Now, what am I doing and what am I waiting for? This is also an order block. Order block. All right, so we're waiting for a tap back into here. Are we going to get it? Boom. Okay. It tapped our order block, but it didn't tap the fair value gap. Interesting. Okay, damn it. So what would have happened if I entered? I would have tapped and opened on a green for a 2-to-1. Would have been there too, but we're waiting. It needs to tap this fair value gap. Okay, interesting. Prices forming along this line here.